Hello, my friends. How are you all today on this glorious Monday morning? I'm doing well, and the weather is perfect. Just waiting for my notification to come up on my phone. And there it is. So when you bring it up on your phone, it's going to look like this, but if you turn your phone this way, you can get a better view of what we're doing on the table. And if you like what you see here today, please feel free to do this. And in the crafting world, we call this sprinkle. So sprinkle the love to your page and to your friends. And I appreciate it when you do that. And also, I would like it if you would like and follow Liz's craft page and set your notifications so that you'll be notified when I go live. And then any crafts that you do, please feel free to share a picture on Liz's craft page. I would love to see what you do, and I'm sure others would love to see it too. And we can get inspiration from your crafting also. Today we're going to make a scarecrow out of this piece of wood. And this is just a scrap piece of wood that actually it was set to be burned in the fireplace, but I scavenged it, and we're going to make a cute little scarecrow out of it. And the first thing we want to do is paint it white. So I'm just using Anita's all-purpose acrylic craft paint in white. And I got this at Hobby Lobby, but I don't know if they have it at Walmart or not. But I know they have it in Hobby Lobby, and it's very affordable. And especially when if you can use your 40% off coupon, or when they have it for 30% off too. So we'll probably give this two coats of paint. And I'm going to paint the sides and the bottom and the top. Really just everything except the back. We don't need to paint the back. And if you're joining us, please say hi and let me know where you're watching from. I like to see where everybody's from. And you can tell us what the weather is like there. So I'm going to give this 2 coats of paint. I'm going to use my heat gun to dry this. And we're going to have a very unique craft plan for tomorrow. In fact, I can't wait to show you what it is. We're going to be using some pieces from my house that you wouldn't normally use in crafting. But I just couldn't bring myself to throw it away. And if you want to see any of the past videos, you can go to the video section of Liz's craft page, and you can view any of those videos. And I also have a YouTube channel where I upload videos. It doesn't have as many videos as my Facebook page does, but it does have several. And if you are watching this from YouTube, once I upload it, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. That way you can see when I add new videos. Okay, so I'm just going to do the 2 coats to this. Just going to go around the edges, clean up any extra paint, and then I'm going to use my heat gun to set this. And if you do watch this video on a replay, just type in replay in the comments. And that way I just know that you're watching it. And I appreciate you all supporting me in my crafting endeavors. Okay, so we're going to set this aside for now, and then we're going to work on our stick here. And this here is one of these giant craft sticks. You get 45 in a pack, and I got these at Walmart. So we're just using one of them as the rim of his hat. And I'm going to take this piece of drop cloth and I'm going to Mod Podge that onto the brim of his hat. Now, just so you know, my Mod Podge isn't real Mod Podge. I had a lot of glue. I had 2 gallons of it that I was using for other products years before this. And I just made my own Mod Podge and put it in this jar. So it is a little bit thinner than the regular Mod Podge, but it works great. So I'm just putting my Mod Podge on my craft stick, and then I'm going to add my piece of drop cloth to it. And then I want to lay it down on there so it's straight, and press out any wrinkles or bubbles that are in it. And then I'm just going to trim it up. I cut mine a little bit bigger, so I'm not going to trim up the top or the bottom. I'm just going to do the sides. And I'm not going to do the round edge. I'm just going to do it straight. So just like this, and this is the back of it. I'm going to take my piece of wood here that I painted white, and I did take sandpaper over at 120 grit before the live so that it wouldn't be rough to work with. And I have, again, another piece of the drop cloth that I'm going to Mod Podge to the top portion for his hat. And I do want to cut this at an angle. Okay. So I'm just putting Mod Podge on my board. I'm going around the sides and the top. And then I'm going to add my drop cloth to it at an angle. So I want to flatten that out. I'm going to take it around the edge, and then I'm going to cut the extra off. And then when I get to the corner here, I'm just going to cut that, and then I'm going to glue one side to one end and the other side to the other end. So it's going to fold over like that. Okay, again, I'm going to do the corner the same way. I'm going to fold it in at the top underneath the drop cloth, and then, and actually we could just cut that off. It doesn't seem to want to lay down, so we'll just cut it off. So this is what you have. So this is going to be his hat. And then we have the brim right here like this. And I see I'm going to have to use a little bit more Mod Podge on some spots, so make sure you check that out when you're doing yours, if you decide to do one. And then I'm just going to trim this up a little bit more so that it's even with the back of the board. I'm going to put a little bit more Mod Podge right here on this edge. Okay, so this is what we have. So at this point in time, we're done with our Mod Podge. We can put that away. We're done. Well, we're not done with our white paint. And now we want to work on his hair. I don't need this anymore. And I'm just going to use these pieces. And if you were watching my video yesterday, you will see that we made a tassel from these pieces of material. So I'm just going to add these on for his hair. And you want to do that under the brim of his hat. Hi Brenda, how are you? And I see Jan is watching. Hi Jan. So I'm just going to give him some hair. I have my glue gun all ready. And when it doesn't want to work. Interesting. So I'm just going to put some glue on the bottom portion of the drop cloth hat. So I'm just adding the strips of material. They're different lengths. You can use raffia if you want. I just thought it would be cute to do the material. And then I want to do some on the edge over here on the side. So I'm going to give him some hair over here. And I'm going to add a couple of layers. You can stop at one layer if you want, but I'm going to add, I just want to add a little bit more hair to mine. So this is what I have so far. I'm going to add a little bit on top of what I did here. And like I said, you could definitely use raffia or, you know, anything else that you might have that you think would look good as hair. I don't like this end that is folded, so. And then I'm going to put some on this side like this. Of course, my pieces are already cut from what we did yesterday. So they're going to have shorter hair on one side than the other hair. If, you know, if you don't like that, then of course you could cut longer pieces. I'm just using what I have. Okay, now I'm going to put some on this side here, and then I'll show you what I have so far. And then we'll start giving her some bangs. I don't know. Does it matter if a scarecrow is a he or a she? I don't think it matters. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Just going to be kind of lopsided. And I'm going to give her some bangs. Her, some bangs. We'll decide after we make them if it's a he or a she. So I have these little short pieces, and I can cut more if I need more. So I'm going to put glue halfway across the empty space, and then I'm just adding these little pieces down for the bangs, and then we can give her a trim if we need to. Okay, this is what we have so far. And when we put the rim on, it's going to look like this. So I'm just going to cut some more pieces. So I'm going to put another layer on top of this layer. And this is just a cute little idea so that you could use up odds and ends that you have laying around. As you can see, it was just a little piece of wood that we were going to burn in the fireplace. So, you know, it was just a scrap. And then the drop cloth was just left over from other projects. And then we used the one stick from our package. So this is a fairly inexpensive home decor for fall. Okay, I think we have all the hair that we need. And I was going to stencil on the brim of the hat. And what I have is this stencil right here. It says, "I raise tiny humans, you can't scare me." But I'm only going to use the "you can't scare me." I thought that would be cute with a scarecrow. Now, I did look in Magnolia shop to see where this stencil is, and I could not find it. So I don't know if it's been discontinued, but I did put the link to this other stencil that I think would be a good one too. So I thought it would be good if you could use just the word autumn, and you could put that on the brim, or you can use the brim plain. Just, I mean, whatever you want to do. And like I said, I did put the in a description this stencil here, so you could use the word autumn, and this chalk paste, coal black chalk paste. And then I will also put them in the comments when I get off live. So you want your chalk paste to look like the consistency of yogurt or sour cream. And if it doesn't, put in a few squirts of distilled water and stir it up real good until it is that consistency. You don't want it too dry, and you don't want it too wet. If it's too wet, it'll run. If it's too dry, it won't work properly. So I'm just taking my squeegee and I'm pressing it through the holes or the screen in the stencil for my words, "You don't scare me." I thought that was just a cute little saying, especially for a scarecrow, since he's trying to scare off the birds that come into the field. Although this scarecrow is going to hang on my wall. Now I do have a tub of water sitting over here, and once you're done with your stencil, you want to clean it right away. I put mine in the water, and that way it'll keep the chalk paste from staying in the screen portion. Oh yeah, this looks really good. So I'm just going to put this upside down in my water along with my squeegee, and then I'll clean it when I get done. And they do have a stencil cleaner at Magnolia. It is a white spongy looking thing, and it does clean stencils very well. So this is what we have. "You don't scare me." So I'm going to dry that with my heat gun so I don't mess it up. All right, so that's dry, and I'm just gonna hot glue that right here onto my board. Okay, I'm gonna need another stick of glue. And I'm putting 2 lines of glue down, one near the hairline and one above the hairline. I'm just going to press this down a little bit. Okay, this is what we have so far. Now we want to give our scarecrow face and some patches. I think we'll do the face first. So what I have is, I'm going to use this round part of my old scissors here, and that's going to be the shape of the eyes. And I'm just going to go over it with my pencil. And then I'm going to paint it black. I'm going to put a little bit of paint here on my paper. And I know that's way too much paint, but and then I'm going to paint the inside of my circle. Now you could also do this with a permanent marker if you wanted to. Okay, there we have one eye. So I'm just carefully going around the inside edges of my circle and then filling it in with the black paint. And I'm going to dry that with my heat gun. And I'm going to take my white paint and I'm going to give them the inside portion of the eye. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Now you might have to turn your board as you're working on it. I'm going to do this one a little bit more. Okay. I'm going to get around the edges here at the bottom a little bit better. Cover up the black. give them some, I think some eyelashes. Let me find a finer. So I just have this little tiny tip of a brush, and I'm going to use that to make some black eyelashes. Right. Maybe I'll add one more. So this is what we have so far. And then I'm going to draw a mouth, and then we'll do the nose. And then I'm going to put some little stitches on it, just here and there, one on one side and then go on the other side. Actually, I'm going to do it through it. Maybe I'll put a little black dot. No, I'm going to go around the eye here. Like that. What do you guys think so far? And now I'm going to make the nose. So I'm just going to make an orange nose. And I have this Anita's all-purpose acrylic pumpkin color paint. And the black was just also Anita's black paint. All of these are acrylic. So you just need a little bit. Oh, there we go. And let me get my other small brush. I'm just going to make a triangle. So just like this, and then I'm going to fill it in. So you guys need to join me tomorrow for something really unique. I will be using a part of my living room fan again. And this is a part that, it's not the blades. So it should make for an interesting decor piece. Okay, I'm going to dry this and then I'm going to add the stitching to the nose. So I'm just going to make little lines, 2 on each side of the nose. this is what we have. I think it kind of looks like a boy more than a girl. Now we want to give it some patches. Let me get these out of the way. I think we're done with the paint. And what I have is, I was going to use red polka dot and blue polka dot, but we'll go with the black first. Red and blue, I mean black. And this is the wired polka dot burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just cutting the wire off. And I'm just going to cut a piece that I can use as a patch. And I'm just going to put it right there. Let me trim it up a little bit. I'm going to take some of the edges off so that it looks frayed. So I'm taking 2 off of each side. So here we just have a nice little patch. So I'm going to hot glue that on. I think we only need, just put a little bit there. Okay. And let's see. I might put one more patch on up at the top here. So I still have this other piece that I cut off, and again I'm going to fray it. I'm going to take 2 strands off of each side, and it is a little hard to pull it off where the paint is for the polka dots, but you can still do it. So I think I'm going to put this I'm thinking right here on the corner. I'm just going to put just a light brush of the paint on there. The glue. And I'm going to get a little bit more right here. It's not sticking down. So we have that like that. And then I want to make a little bow tie. And I think what I'll do, maybe I'll trim the hair up on this side a little bit. Let's give them a little haircut. Just a little, not too much. Okay, let me get this piece off here. All right, so I'm going to give them a red bow tie. And again, this is just some polka dot burlap ribbon with red polka dots on it that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to dovetail the ends here. I'm just going to squish this in the center, put some glue on it. I'm just going to put like a line of glue, and then I'm going to press it all together so that it just makes this cute little bow tie, just like this. So I'm going to glue that right there underneath his mouth at the very end of the piece of wood. Just going to hold that there for a couple seconds. And then I'm going to get my garland here. This was from Hobby Lobby during the spring sale. And I'm going to put some flowers on it. And maybe one of these. Tell you what, I think I'm going to roll this, and I want it tiny. I'm going to use the end of this paintbrush. I'm going to use my other scissors. I don't want to use my good scissors for the... Oh, cut that off. Didn't realize that was going to come off of there, but that's okay. So I'm going to put this right here, right there. You can see it. I'm just going to hot glue that on. Going to hold it there for a couple seconds. Shannon's watching. Hi Shannon, how are you? Making a scarecrow today. Interesting. I wonder if I could put this in there. Oh, that's kind of cute. I don't know if I like it or not. I think I do like it. Okay, so I just took this middle part out of the flower here, and then I'm going to put this fuzzy ball in the flower. So I'm just going to hot glue that in there. We make our own kind of flower. Press that down, and then I'm going to put it in the middle of this bow tie. And I think I want another one of these little curly cues. So I'm going to take this piece here, and again I'm going to wrap it around this paintbrush handle. Cut that off. Oh, here they are. Cut that off. I'm going to press it together a little bit. And I'm going to put it to where it's hanging down at the bottom here, underneath the flower. I might put another one of these flowers on there. I'm going to put a couple more. So these just have these very long stems on them. I'm just cutting that off. And I think I might put one more on. So just remember, when you get items, you don't have to use them for their intended purposes. You can use them for whatever you want. And I highly suggest that you do that, because that way then it's just so many more options of things that you can do. Put a little bit of glue on the back of that petal so that I can lay it, make it stand out a little bit. Just going to hold it down for a second or two, put some more on this one. Tracy's watching. Hi Tracy, how are you? So, if you didn't see the beginning of this video, you might want to go back. I'm just going to give them a little haircut here. You might want to go back and watch the beginning. We just had this scrap piece of wood that we used. And it was actually in the pile to be burnt this winter in our fireplace. But I rescued it and we made this cute little scarecrow. And now I want to make this a hanger, so I want to put some jute on the back. Let me throw these away. So I have my my stapler, and this is not the normal stapler. It's one of those that do those thick, those long staple ends. So I just have this small piece of jute, came off of another project probably, and I'm just going to staple this on the back. So I want to try to make sure that I get it even on both sides. I'm not measuring it though, I'm just eyeballing it. So this is what we have. What do you guys think? Was this cute? So really the only thing you had to pay for was this, which I got at 90% off the spring shop at Hobby Lobby, and the stick, which was, when we only used one. These were the giant craft sticks from Walmart. You get 45 in a pack, and we only used one. And then our paint supplies and our 2 ribbons. The material was left over from our project yesterday. And we used this stencil. You can't scare me. So I just thought this was a cute little idea. Tomorrow I will be back with a unique craft. And just let me show you, I'm just going to give you a sneak peek of what it's going to be. So we're going to be using these. Now these, I have 5 of them, and they were off my ceiling fan in the living room. And if you recall, if you watched one of the other videos, I used the round part that goes up towards the ceiling. We used that as a candle holder. But this one here, we're going to put the 5 arms on something, and we're going to make something really unique with it. So if you would, join me tomorrow at 11:30 Central, and you'll get to see what it is. And if you can't, you can always watch the replay, and when you do, just type replay so that I know you're there and you're watching it and you're enjoying it. So I appreciate you guys being here with me today. And I say guys, but you know, guys is a generic term. Of course, I'm sure there's mostly women on here, so I appreciate you gals joining me. But I'll probably continue to say guys. I hope no one's offended. And I'll be back here tomorrow at 11:30 Central. Until then, keep crafting. And I will take a photo of our little scarecrow today and put it on Liz's craft page. Thank you for joining me. Bye.